want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution, where I talk about everything crypto daily. I want to thank everybody that's been hitting that like button. Please, I'm trying to get a like spike going, 1,000 likes a video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, definitely do so. I'll keep you up to date on everything important in the cryptocurrency space on a daily basis. Jumping right into the market today, crypto. Greenish undertones, sideways. It's really all over the place, guys. Like, this market's been, I haven't slept much. This market's been crazy. Bitcoin's market cap alone is down to $105 billion. Overall market cap is $164 billion. Altcoins were down. I woke up last night, alerts were going off. It was crazy. Bitcoin just got completely wrecked. Obviously, it's bounced back. A lot of people made a lot of profits because they bought when other people were fearful. And a lot of people, potentially, their portfolios have been hit pretty hard. And this market's been pretty stressful. Just know that this too shall pass. There's a time and a place, and I'll show you some examples where things like this have happened. And we've had pretty amazing bounces. So just know that I'll keep you guys up to date. I'll be here thick and thin, good or bad. I'm here for you guys. This is a Bitcoin weekly, a log scale. And you see, it's interesting. You got the 200 simple moving average right here at about 5,500. And we've been holding that as support. You know, potentially the weekly doesn't close for a few days. This is also the 0.786 fib level. And again, so there's some support right there, and it's basically bounced up there. Look how long this wick is. Man, that's from 36.28 to 5,500. If you look back here at this green circle, Bitcoin was oversold and it bounced tremendously. Now the weekly is not oversold quite yet. So is there more room for downside? You also have a bearish weekly MACD cross, which is not a good sign. This is the Bitcoin daily chart. And again, you guys remember, and we've talked about it for months and months and months. You remember this downtrend, multi-month downtrend, started with 14,000 essentially. Then we put in this lower high and then another lower high. When you get these lower highs, you know, and lower lows, you get a downtrend. The market's trending lower. If you're holding, you're going to take losses, right? Then we broke out of it. We retested it, we bounced, and then we came back down and we landed right smack dab at the bottom of this trend line. See this trend line? Same exact trend line. We're back in it. Here we are. Bitcoin pulling back 52.34 right now. Capitulation. Was this a dead cat bounce? We're about to find out. This is capitulation. When you get this huge candle, huge sell-off. People were very fearful, right? People were very, I mean, I'm just going to tell you, like, it was gut-wrenching last night, just seeing this market just getting hammered. Bitcoin, woke up, alerts going off. Bitcoin goes down to 3,800, and you're everything about you emotionally is, as humans, we're built on emotion. And, you know, this huge red candle was built on fear. People were fearful and people were selling. This huge wick to the downside, 3,800, bunch of selling happening, right? You get that sickening feeling, and you have to make yourself counter trade your emotions. You have to go against, and it's the hardest thing. For me, it's not easy. Over time, you do it through repetition and it gets easier, but I'm just saying, I know how you guys feel. Like, everything, you have a plan in place. I had a plan in place and I executed my plan. It worked out. If I didn't have that plan in place, it would be just like frantic. Like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And so I encourage you guys, like, hey, here's my plan. This is what I want to do. This is what, because when emotions kick in, it's so hard to make a decision. It's so hard. You cannot, this is a business. Everybody's here to make money, life-changing money. In order to do so, you have to have a business plan. Any business. You go start a restaurant, you start any type of business, you need a business plan. You need a business plan here as well. So make a plan, whatever it is, stick to it. If you want to hold. If you want to be a short-term trader, short-term trade. You want to trade with leverage, do that. If you want to swing trade, do it. I've got a cryptocurrency trading group. I've got 6 chat groups. Everybody's calling out breakouts, posts, and charts, working together. I've got 41 videos in a playlist. If you don't know anything about trading this market, these patterns, these ideas, it will change the way you see this market real quick. You'll be making profitable trades. I post profitable trading setups on a regular basis, and people have been making a ton of money in this market. A lot of people obviously are shorting these Bitcoin setups, and they're doing real well. And I get amazing messages all the time. If you guys want to join the cryptocurrency trading group, you want to pay in crypto, email me, cryptobitcoinchris@gmail.com. I'll get you set up and in the group today. You get 20% off if you pay in crypto for 6 months. You get 30% off if you pay in crypto for the year. If you want to pay month to month, you can do so. There's a Patreon link in the description. Now, this is 3-minute chart. I was charting yesterday. You're just kind of watching, hey, Bitcoin on the 3-minute, you got this essentially a double top. When you start to get this rounding patterns are bearish patterns. Look, here's rounded shape. They break lower, and you normally get the distance here is the target here. So you start to see these rounding tops, like this means the bulls are winning, the bears start winning, pushing the price down. So it's a big momentum shift in the price action. And again, we were on a possible retest of 5760, and yeah, it retested and then got rejected, and it did break to the downside here. Obviously, we went from 5600. This is where it all started. Ended up at 3800. I didn't see 3800. I thought 4100. You guys remember yesterday's video was in the cards. 3800 is down there. A lot of people were like, "Oh, this is irrational price movement," and it is to a point. But all the big buyers and all the big sellers, they use technical analysis, and that's why it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? It's going to work because everybody uses it. Now, shout out to this person yesterday. He messaged me. He put 20,000 in Chainlink, and he sold it. He put 10,000 in ADA, and he bought 10,000 worth of Bitcoin, and he doubled his money. $40,000 he made in one night. Another person up 160% on Ontology. Next person, James Schultz, in the comments, he stated, because of the advice that you've given me, I shorted down to 4,700. He increased his bag by 0.3 Bitcoins. This is an instance where I talked about yesterday, where we had a golden cross, which we just had recently, and then a death cross, which is coming, and then golden cross again, and we took off to 20,000. Now, the most important thing here I want to show you is you get this huge candle. We ran from $258 Bitcoin, $258, down to $162. So comparable type pullback. Then you get this huge run up back to the original price point, basically retest that level. You then notice this, over the coming days, slowly we retraced about 50% back down to that level. Now, is this in the cards? That's what you have to ask yourself. Maybe you missed this buy. The next low would obviously potentially be coming, and if that does happen, this would be a higher low. As long as this next low is not lower than this low, that's a good sign. Okay, and so that's what we're looking for. Potentially that would be a buy signal for some people. So just to give you an idea, this is a short-term chart. I don't normally recommend 15-minute time frames, but we don't have much market structure to go by. Okay, and so I posted this earlier. Current bearish idea. We've got a double top, little double top. If we don't break through this resistance, which a lot of this has happened since I started this video, and it's moving to the downside, it's going to confirm this double top. We could see, potentially 4,800 here. Large moves start with small moves, right? And so it's important to watch different time frames. Now, bullish idea is this: if we can break above this $5,800 level, we'll see 6,000 and then 6,200, possibly 6,500. But again, it all starts with this overhead resistance. Remember, if you do break through resistance, the old ceiling becomes the new floor, right? And then it becomes, kind of a bounce level at that point. However, wasn't able to break through there. And so remember, these altcoins right now, guaranteed, are getting hit hard on a few $100 move by Bitcoin, right? And so you have to take profits quickly if you're, into trading in this market. So Tether USDT became the number 4 crypto. It was up to $5 billion. $5 billion USDT Tether. $5.12 billion. Why? Because everybody was selling their altcoins and they went into the stable coins. This is a strategy that changes the game for a lot of people. A lot of people haven't used stable coins, and there's always been this black cloud around Tether. Even when it first, years ago when I got into crypto, there's always something, always something. But at the end of the day, it is one of the largest cryptos there is. It has a use case for traders and people that don't want to sustain these losses. And this is something that I got a lot of thank yous for this idea from you guys. And it really does mean a lot when, in the comments, I hear I make these videos to help you guys, right? I make these videos to make sure that you guys continue to excel in this market, and to kind of see that this is playing out in your lives and your trading strategy in your portfolios, means a lot to me. So, I definitely appreciate when you guys reach out to me as far as that goes. But there's a ton of things, just craziness happening in the market. Crypto market drop triggers liquidations across MakerDAO, compound lending protocols. So Thursday's crypto crash sent the price of Ethereum down more than 30%. Major lending protocols in the DeFi ecosystem reported significant numbers of liquidations, and it just went a lot of this wasn't designed to take these huge drops, these huge price movements, right? So things are falling apart. Exchanges, there's a lot of things that were just completely wrecked, not working as they should. And this is going to happen. It goes both ways. When we pump to all-time highs again, same thing's going to happen. These exchanges can't handle the volume. When it sells off that fast, same thing's going to happen. Now, there's a lot of things going on as far as in society. Toilet paper rolls are running out. There's a lot of just uncertainty right now. Other things going on that I can't specifically discuss, but there are toilet rolls that are just, you can't even buy toilet paper in Australia. And this is not just Australia. This is happening. I had a friend that's like, hey, I can't, they don't have any toilet paper at the store. I'm like, are you serious? I'm kind of in this crypto bubble, right? I'm just kind of out of the mainstream media, mainstream news. And so you guys actually catch me up on a lot of this. So I always appreciate this input. Another person said toilet paper was the #1 listed when you hit T in all departments on Amazon. Toilet paper on the top. Look at these grocery stores completely wiped out of meat. You want any meat, man? I'm about to go to the store and stock up today. Freezer. And then I think this was a wholesale discount club. They're all out of water and toilet paper and everything's just empty. I just want to emphasize again that, if your portfolios got wrecked recently, a lot of people took heavy losses. And the great part about holding or trading this market is you don't have a liquidation price, right? So liquidation price, I talked to some people, they got completely liquidated on BITMEX, or they lost a ton of money. You do not have any business trading with leverage if you can't spot trade first. It isn't 50% drop, isn't that enough of a move for people to trade? Why do you need to 3x that? Why do you need to 10x that move? There's a point where you can lose everything. So just be mindful when Bitcoin's going to bounce back. Just be patient, keep learning. If getting filthy rich was easy, everybody would be rich. We have to separate ourselves from the herd. Knowledge, practice, life experience, those are the keys that unlock the doors to financial freedom that we're looking for. Remember that in order to kick off a new market cycle, capitulation is part of it. You need this crazy sell-off. You need a massive sell-off, huge volume on major exchanges, Bitstamp, Coinbase, Bitfinex. Retail holders capitulate. We can sell. Retail miners capitulate. Miners are selling. Everybody's just selling, crazy sell-off. And that definitely happened. So understand that this capitulation happened at 20,000. Huge sell-off. We dropped from 20,000 down to 12,000 in a matter of a couple days, right? Huge sell-offs are part of this market. prepare for this. Another time we went from 13,000. I actually bought this bottom. This is when I first started trading. And I was just like sick, just like, am I doing the right thing? Is this going to zero? And doubled my money after I'd taken some losses for buying up here because I had no clue what I was doing, you know? So anyways, doubled my money here on this bounce from 6,000 to 12,000 in a week, right? And so capitulation happened again here. You see this big volume spike? We went from 6,500 to 3,150. Okay, now here, huge volume spike, huge. This is probably the biggest daily candle ever in Bitcoin history. Huge. And then again, capitulation. So new market cycle. So look, this market cycle, uptrending, super uptrend ended, and then the downtrend began. Now, then you got this capitulation sell-off and the uptrend began. Okay, so here we are again, capitulation. Now, am I saying we're not going to go lower? No, but I'm saying this is a new market cycle. So we've been trending lower, just like here, trending lower, big drop. Now we want to see a rounded bottom. Potentially this is going to be a huge double bottom here, okay? There's a lot of amazing upside in this market. I know there's, like I said, things going on globally that cause a lot of uncertainty in this market, but Bitcoin, I was at the ATM. I used my BitPay card to get some cash out, and I'm just like getting these like just disgusting, dirty $20 bills out of the machine. And I'm just thinking, with everything that's going on globally that people are worried about, this is disgusting. Like I can't believe I'm touching a bunch of dollar bills, right? $20 bills. I'm like, it makes total sense to just use electronic payment. Touchless electronic payment would be perfect. You know, potentially that's where we're headed. I think that I'm so excited about the future of cryptocurrency in this space. And it's hard to, right now, the emotions, everybody's just completely drained. And I get it. Like, I'm just like, man, this has been, because I experience it. I have people reaching out to me and they're just distraught or super excited. And it's just been this emotional roller coaster. Tons of people are like, yeah, I killed it. I dominated. I made 100% gains on this trade. And other people are. So it's like I'm right here in the mix, and I feel these because you guys are my crypto family. I care about your success. I want to be someone that listens to you guys. I want to be somebody that you guys can. I started out where you started out, right? So, main thing that helped me was making this channel, tons of repetition, tons of trading, tons of reading, quit my job, tons of studying, tons of, I just kind of crypto bubble. Here I am, right? And so, I want you guys to know that if you did take some losses, I understand where you're at. I've been there, and it means a lot when you reach out and you say, hey, these are the feelings I'm going through. There's a lot of psychology in this market, and just know that I've been there. Fear and greed index at 10. People would say, hey, buy when there's blood on the streets, even if it's your own. What's going on at BITMEX? What a scam that this person stated. So they have an insurance fund. Their insurance fund went up 3,000 Bitcoin. So they have in their insurance fund, in case something goes wrong, they have 36,493 Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin went down at the most inopportune time yesterday. Then went down to, hey, we became aware of a hardware issue with our cloud service, caused BITMEX request to be delayed. Engineers resolved the issue, and the exchange came back online. So then this person came out, and Bitcoin price, he stated, might have gone to zero if BITMEX hadn't gone offline. So the CEO of this Hong Kong-based crypto derivatives exchange, FTX, they said these hardware issues potentially saved Bitcoin from going to zero. And again, it's not that Bitcoin was valueless. It's just that these exchanges are faulty when they just can't handle. Like, nobody saw this type of drop coming. You get these chain reactions where everybody's just kind of getting liquidated and stopped out. And really, who wins? These exchanges. That's who's making all the money. That's who's making. We're being manipulated. They say it's unknowingly and they can't handle it. And maybe there's some truth to it, but they're getting rich. I don't know if you guys remember back in 2017, but it was crazy, right? It cost $25 to send $5 in Bitcoin. It cost $25 to send $5 million in Bitcoin. But This is, these blockchains are not very scaled yet. Bitcoin, Ethereum, there's just so much transaction volume on these blockchains that they can't handle it. So Coinbase is coming out and they're going to try to save network fees for the users, 50%. They're going to bundle multiple sends into a single transaction. They are thinking, again, 50% reduction as far as the load on the Bitcoin network. You know, Coinbase is a huge exchange. Now, traditional markets, got to watch these guys. There's some truth to the idea that the Bitcoin is tied to traditional markets. And you see there's just a lot of uncertainty because that thing that's going on in the world. Bounce was felt today in traditional markets. A lot of them, you know, were up 5%. Now they were down 10% yesterday, but then you see 5%. So everybody was like, well, is this the dead cat bounce? You know, dead cat bounce is when you get a relief rally from an oversold bounce, V-shaped recovery. And, you know, so keep an eye on traditional markets. But again, this bounce back was happening in traditional markets. It did happen in Bitcoin. And we just have to see, is this short-lived with Bitcoin? Is there going to be a retracement? And I'll keep you guys up to date daily on this idea. If you guys like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.